Continuing with the Robert Sorby Pyrography machine with some specialty bits. You'll notice in the brochure they do list some specialty bits that you can get for the machine. But it's just as easy and just as much fun to experiment and make them yourself. What comes with the machine are some bits you can see in the bag and a roll of wire. And the wire is what you use to make your own individual pieces with. You can just experiment. One of the easiest I find to make is the coil, which they list in the book. All you need is a piece of wire and a nail. Depending on the size of the nail will denote how big the coil is going to be. Put the wire over the nail, leave a pigtail of about 3/4 of an inch, and then give it 3 or 4 winds, I suppose, depending on how many coils you want. Bearing in mind the more coils, the more heat it's going to take to heat it up. So we might just leave that at that and then cut it off equidistance like that. On the nail, just make sure they're nice and evenly spaced, so that'll give you an even sort of pattern. And if these are the same length, we'll just trim that off to the same length. Slide it off the nail and we'll fit it onto the tool. One side first and then put the other side in. And there it is. To make sure it's nice and round, pop your nail back in there again, just manipulate it if you have to. There we go. Turn it on. Just wait for it to heat up. It won't take long. And there it is. On a piece of scrap. Just try it out. There you have nice even lines. So from there, if you want, you can cross hatch. Whoops, missed that middle one. There you got a crosshatch pattern, or around the outside of a box. You can just, I call them mice feet. You can put that in a border, or conversely you go this way. There's another pattern. Very, very easy to make that one. And as you can see, very versatile. You can use it for a lot of different things. This one's my favourite. I call it the hot plate element. Might have a different name, I don't know. But again, bend 90 degree in the wire and then start a twist. And you twist it upon itself, if you can. Don't hold it too tightly. That should do. and then bend another piece, cut that off. Then what you have to do with this piece here is spread it out. For that I've got a little bit of railway track that I can use as an anvil. Or knocks with a hammer. You can see that shape I'm starting to get there. It takes a little bit of fiddling, but eventually you'll get it there. And then this tail here, you want to bring it around and bend it at 90 degrees so it will go into the tool the same as the internal one. Well, we played around with that. I don't think it's been as successful, but we'll see, we'll see. Actually, it's not the design I wanted, but that's quite nice too. Turn it around the other way, see what happens. It's a bit randomish, but it doesn't matter. The thing is, if you just want to design, just go with it, and if it doesn't work out, keep playing. You can do letters as well, if you want. Let's do a letter. Okay, my name's Steve, so I'm going to do an S. Now the thing is, you have to remember, whenever you're doing something, for example, I actually made my own brand, and that to me was a stylised chisel going in, scraping a shaving off, and I used that for years, and all it was some wire that I'd bent and put in, and that's my maker's mark. I've now got proper what do you call them? Branding irons. That's one there, but in the early stages that's all I had was wire, so I just made my own up. So whatever you do, you've got to make sure you do it in reverse. So if, for example, you want to do the letter S, I would draw an S on a piece of scrap timber like that, and then make your S to fit over that. Because if you make an S the way you're looking at it, when you brand it, it's going to be in reverse. So again, we bend 90 degrees. If you're not sure, hold it over the template that you've got, and that's going to be the top. So we'll just roughly do it this way so you get an idea of what you're looking at. And then you can finesse it once you've got that, and then you've got to have another 90 degree on this end. So depending how big you want your S to be, we'll trim that. There. So that's what we've got at the moment, but I'm going to put that over the S that I've drawn, and I'm actually going to manipulate it to the shape of that S, as best as I can. Alright, we'll heat her up and have a look. There we go, heats up pretty quickly. Now we'll just see how close we are. I'll put it on top of the S that I drew. That's pretty darn close. And for that, you can have that as a design if you want. You just put aces. Do whatever you like. Another fun one, and I'll finish with this one, is M's. Don't pull them out with your fingers because they're hot. Okay, so an M or a W, it doesn't matter. Get 90 degrees, which is the bit that goes in the tool. And then look at an M. So you go from there, you go down to there, then you go back up to there, then back down to there, cut it a bit longer than the bottom of the M, and that'll give you the bit you need for turning up to going into the tool. Even from that shape you can see you could quite easily make a heart. If you joined it like that, there's a heart. But I'll show you the M shape because it's quite versatile with what you can do with it. I'm just going to close these ends off. I want to get them reasonably sharp. But again, you don't want them touching. Oops. If you want to broaden them out, all you have to do is get something hard, like a railway track or an old anvil, and hammer them out, and that'll actually spread the tip, so you don't get a fine one, you get a broader tip. Okay, I'm just going to manipulate these up. Yeah, cut both of these so they're the same length. Just make sure it's all nice and flat. So we get the through burn, turn it on, and we'll see what we get. This I quite like for borders. You've got an M there. What you can do is you can then put another one on the top, or you can put where they meet reversed. And that then gives you this really nice basket weave sort of effect. So there you go. I mean, that's just some of the things you can do using your imagination, a pair of pliers or two pairs of pliers and some wire. Now you can do thicker ones. The book suggests if you're going to use different wire, the biggest gauge you can use is 23 gauge, from 26 to 23. And fuse wire, paper clips or any other wire that, fuse wire, paper clips or any other wire than the special nichrome wire we supply must never be used or the power unit will burn out. You will be charged with repairs. So make sure if you're going to do what I'm doing, get extra of the wire they actually supply, and it's special nichrome wire which Robert Sorby supply. So bear in mind. All right, that's it. What I want to do now is put it all together, and we'll do some freehand, we'll do some drawing, we'll do some bits that we've made ourselves, and just make a little design. And that's in the next part. So I look forward to seeing you in part 6 of the Robert Sorby Pyrography burning techniques for the machine. See you soon.